Blessings, kings and queens. So this video is basically going to be me explaining my oracle deck that I wrote myself and how you can write your own for, I want to say about, let's say $40, $30, okay? And I'm going to show you 3 different ways that you can make these cards. Excuse the lighting is trash, I know, but that's, matter of fact, 1 second. Okay, I'm not sure if that's a little better, but that's the best I can do. So, the first deck, this is not the first deck that I wrote, but this is the first deck that I'm going to discuss. It's the one that I'm most proud of. And I've been doing a lot of readings with a lot of my decks, well, majority, all of my decks, and I've been getting really good accurate readings, and I kind of draw to this more than I draw to my Alana Fairchild deck now. So the name of my deck is Agape, which you know means unconditional love. So the purpose of my deck is to help guide with love, twin flames, just love in general, finding your love in relationships, whether it be with your parents or whoever. So 7 different kinds of love. I chose to use 4 for the 4 suits, 5 really because I used Agape for the title, which is unconditional love. The 4 types of love that I chose was Ludas, which is uncommitted and playful love. Here's the aces for Ludas. Okay, so with Ludas, I chose the element of water because it's playful and uncommitted, and I felt like that was more so going with the flow, reminding me of water, the water element. So for each suit, the majors are the ace, king, queen, god, goddess, prince, princess, and then there's a knight, okay, and the ace. And then after that, there are 5 other cards that are just like members of family, friends of the family. That's what I call them. Okay, so here's the aces of Ludas. With each suit, this is the queen of Ludas. With each suit, so with Ludas, I chose blue because it reminded me of water more so. So all of the majors have that color hair. Except for the king, he has the blue shirt. He has long locks though. But all of the other ones besides the king have the same color hair as their suit for the majors. So that's the goddess. Okay, that's the god. See, it's blue hair, blue eyes. The princess. And here the women come before the men. The prince. The knight. Okay, so when it starts with the knight, you'll see the suits, the elements in the back. So you see that heart with like little water waves. These are the family members. All the family members have normal color hair, but their face and their characteristics describe what they mean as far as the suit. Okay, so that was Ludas. I'm going to do philia and philautia last, and I'll tell you why. So the next suit is the suit of Eros, which is passionate love, sexual desire, and intimacy. Passion could be like passion for work or anything, and then it's like intimate love, sexual desire, stuff like that. So for this one, I chose the color red. And I chose the element fire because it reminds me of being passionate. Okay, so this is the ace. Also with the aces, I designed the hoodies they have on a hood, and they have an eye patch. You'll see all of them kind of coincide with each other. But like you see the ace of Ludas and uncommitted playful relationship, she have like an elf, like something that's like out of this world and kind of childish, but like it's mystical, you know. Then the ace of Eros, she has like, it's like an alien that's proposing to her. I'm not sure if you can see it, but he's like down on his knees, and he's proposing to her. So that was like my little touch for the aces. That's the queen. See how they all have red. Then the king have his red shirt. Okay. They kind of like reddish and pinkish, this suit. But you see how they all coincide. All of the goddesses are exactly the same, just change the color. All of the mages are exactly the same, just different colors. Okay, and there's the knight. All my knights are unicorns. And this is a sample deck because ultimately, instead of it saying king of Ludas, I wanted to say Mfalme of Ludas, which is king in Swahili. My deck is written in Swahili, so all of these names, well, not magic, but and then you see the suit there in the background for these family members, and not chance because that's a regular word. But like, well, this suit, Jezebel, I chose that name myself too, but like Wapenzi means promiscuous in Swahili. Okay, see how she have her tongue out and it's kind of describing her. And then Tamaa is lust in Swahili, and this is someone that you would lust after, in that sense. Okay, so I have two cards that belong to, they are the family members. However, they are very important because, like I said, this deck is for twin flames. So these two are the only couple that's in this deck. This is the only man that's in this deck besides the mages, like the king and the god and the prince. So this is the only other man, and you see how they coincide. Her right eye is green, his left eye is green. You know, they like the opposites of each other. They look similar. See how they both have similar hair, similar eyebrows, similar. These are mostly the suits that are really smiling because they're happy. Okay, they're really happy. So when I get these two together in a suit, I know that it's definitely a twin flame. If I get one, I know it's a, potential for a twin flame, maybe a catalyst, or your twin flame is coming, stuff like that. Okay, and this, she belongs to the suit of philautia, which is the suit of self-love. He belongs to the suit of philia, which is the suit of goodwill and friendship. Okay, and there's a reason behind that. Of course, because you have to love yourself before you can love anybody else. And with men, it's like more so they have to learn how to be our friends before they can really be our man. And with twin flames, you're always going to be a really, really good friend, a back and forth thing before you really come into union. So that's why I chose those two. These are part of the family members. Okay, so now with her, the suit of philautia, I'm going to show you guys. And my deck is a 54 card deck. 54 cards. So I have two cards that are not a part of the family at all. Okay. Two of them are the ones I just showed you. The couple, the twin flame. And then two are not in the family at all, which I'm going to show you at the end. So this is philautia. And see, this is the suit of self-love. Okay, so you see this lady on her hoodie is like in a bathtub and she's reading a book. She got her candles lit and it says single life on the book. Okay, so that's the ace. Ace is always showing new beginnings. That's why the ace start. Then that's the queen. You can see the green a little bit. I referred this suit to the element of the earth element. That's why it's green. Okay, so that's the king with his green shirt. The goddess in her green. The god in his green. He has green hair, it's just dark. I just wanted them to look, you know, not so like crazy, you know. That's the princess. The prince. The knight. And then you see the suit starting to pick up in the background. The element of earth element. And I used hearts to refer to the, you know, love of the deck. So, and I decorate, you know, I designed, I used, oh, let me tell you. I used an app called, I I forgot what it's called, but you can use any app where you can design your own doll, like a doll maker. That's what I was putting in at first, like doll maker, something like that, where you can create your own image, design your own image. Okay, now he goes with philia. Okay, this is philia, and on this hoodie you see is a like a little, they friends holding hands, well not holding hands but like hugging each other, comforting each other and like walking away or whatever. Okay, so that's philia, and this one I chose white for the air element. So he has on his white shirt. It's the goddess of philia. God of philia. He reminds me of Morgan Freeman. Yeah, so that's the prints. And you see how they all look basically the same, just different colors. Bashara means business. She's in a suit of philia. You see the suits picking up. Rafiki means friend. She's potential for a good friend. Chaz, that's just what it says. Urizo is potential. Okay, she's potential for a really good friendship once she uncovers her hurt in her past relationships, stuff like that. Okay, then the last two are Yatima, which means orphan in Swahili. And you see she has her own little background going on because she's like not of a family. She's in her own world. She got her headphones on. She's been hurt. She got some scars and some bruising. She really hasn't been taken care of. So she, she eats candy. She's probably got cavities and need glasses. Got on some hand-me-downs. She got the Powerpuff Girls on her jumpsuit or whatever. And then Majan or Mujane, which means widow. And this is genderless. Not a man or woman. Might not even be human, but very strong-headed, been through a lot, and this is a widow, and that's why they don't have a family. My nails stink because I dyed my hair. So okay, so that's my Agape deck, and how I created this deck is I used maybe like 2 or 3 apps on my phone. We're gonna discuss it. So the first app I used was the app to create the actual images, which I think was like if I can remember, I'm going to put it in the description before I post the video. Because it's 2 of them. It's one for females and then it's one for males. So I use 2 apps. I use one to create the females and then I use one to create the males. But it's the same app, just different genders. The only thing with the male app, you couldn't, like, see how I put this design on there, shirts and stuff like that? You couldn't do that. You only could just choose colors with the males. So that's why those 2 don't, I wanted their outfits to match initially, but I couldn't, so yeah. So that's what I did first. I went on that app. First, I decided, what I want my deck to be called, with suits and all of that, so that way you can have an idea of just you creating the images. So I went through, designed all of my characters. You go through, just design all of your characters and save them to your phone. Save them to a specific folder. And I suggest you probably make a album for each suit. So I had a suit for Ludas, a suit for philia, a suit for Eros, etc. And that way I wouldn't have them mixed up in my regular camera images, because you might take, and it depends on how much detail you put into your camera work. Like I said, this is a sample because I'm going to have a designer actually make my cards. Design my cards with better backgrounds and stuff like that, but I wanted to give her a sample to look at in a sample book, like the overall what I wanted the images to definitely have, and then she used her creative streak for the rest of the suits. So yeah, definitely just put them in albums, so that way if you take more than a day or so to make all of them, because like I said, I had 54 cards, I had to design 54 people, just put them in their separate albums. Then what I did was, that's why they're so big. I'm not a fan of the size. I thought they was going to be a lot smaller, but I'm very happy with my deck. Okay. And the picture on the back is just a picture that I found on Google. I hope I'm not copyrighted for it or anything, but it's just a picture that I found that I tried to get a picture that was not uncopyrighted that I could use. And I think I just probably typed in like twin flame galaxy or something like that, and it's like they holding hands, walking away from this world and going into their union. And then I used another app after I created them all, which I probably didn't have to, but I did. I used another app to get this lettering on there. okay, to get the words on there, and I just put the names on there, okay. And then yeah, that was backspace before the app of printing. So I used the app to put the words on next and saved it that way. Then I used freeprints.com because I'm familiar with them, and I usually order my kids pictures from there, and I had 85 free prints. So I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and use that because I got 54 cards. It's a catch though. For the back cards, I had to pay 9 cents each for each card because it's a duplicate basically. So I got these for free, and one of these for free, and then the rest of them I paid 9 cents for. And I just used the rest of, after the 54 was done, for the 85, I just printed some like other pictures out of my phone. But so I printed, I ordered each picture in the smallest thing, which is 4x6. I thought it was gonna be a lot smaller. I thought it was gonna be like this small, but yeah. So this deck, this video I'm gonna just talk about this deck because the video getting kind of long. So yeah, I ordered my pictures, and then for each picture I took, you know, one of the backs, and I just used a glue stick and I glued, you know, the blank pages together so that it could be, you know, you could see both sides. And then that was like $18 or so. I had rush shipping because I wanted it for like the Christmas holiday, so that was like $18 or so to order those. And then like $1 glue stick or whatever, so that's why I rounded it. That's about $20. And then $20 for the laminating machine, which I got. Is a Scotch laminating machine, which I caught at Walmart for just 20 bucks. And this is what the machine looks like that. And then it's like a little pack that you can get from Walmart too. They have like these it's already the size, like you can get 4x6s, you can get sheet sizes or whatever. So I had these 4x6 sizes, and once I glued them together, I just put them into because it's like kind of like a folder, and you stick it in there, and you have to put the side in that's sealed. So I laminated them like that, and then that's my deck. Okay. And I also ordered me some like the little velvet drawstring bags to just to stick them in or whatever. Yeah, so this is the deck that I'm most proud of because it had the most work going into it. I'm still writing the details of I have Ludas completely written out, and I know what all of them mean, but I didn't write out specific details, like go into details of who this person could stand for and stuff like that. But I did write like what the suit mean, why I chose to write Swahili, and what each suit that means and all of that. So I just have to order my book. It's also a website called Make Your Own Playing Cards that I was going to use, but I had already made my pictures, and when I got on the website, when you go on there, you'll see they kind of like they crop your picture for you, where so it's like a space where they was cutting out a lot of my words. So I was like, let me just go ahead and do it this way since I have the free prints. And then my next deck, I'm going to go on makeyourownplayingcards.com. This is not sponsored. And the deck for less than $20, I think about $12 for a 78 card deck. You can get for like $11.50 or 11 something for a 78 card deck. You can get your pamphlet with your card meanings and your cards printed in saran wrap, or probably in a nice little box or something too. So I suggest y'all check that out. That's another option. So that's the first option, and the second option is makeyourownplayingcards.com. I'm gonna just go ahead and do this. The third option, these cards I made from a big giant Mother's Day card that my daughter got me a few years back. Okay, so this big giant Mother's Day card, I drew the lines in it, you know, sectioned them down. Well, actually I drew one big picture. So the front of my cards, if you put them together, I'm not sure if I can, I'm not good with editing at all, but it was like one big picture of a lady that I had praying. So some of them you can see like her eyelashes, the eyebrow and all of that. So what I did is, oh, it's upside down, that's why. I made just one big picture, cut it, you know, cut down the squares, cut it down or whatever. And then once I cut them down, I took, well, I have 24 of these cards, 25 of these cards, okay? So with these cards, I just chose the meanings for the numbers 1 through 5. You know, 1 meaning union and independence and stuff like that. 15 meaning like coming together in harmony. So I just took different, well, actually I just took the meanings from 1 through 10. So 11 to me is 2. So 1 and 1 is 2. So with 11, the same meaning as 2, but in a different objective. So like 11 would be, like, say 2 was choices. So 2 is like, I can't really explain it right now, but you get the gist of it. So basically, I used 1 through 10 and I added the number. So like 15 is really 6, which is stability. So both 6 and 15 relate to stability. Okay, and I just cut them down. It says, be the change you want to see in the world. And I just added my own little quotes on there depending on what the number meant. It says, don't be afraid to grow. And then I just laminate them. And they're really sturdy. Okay, it's really good cardstock. And so that's my second deck. In this deck, I had gold edges. I took a like one of those window chalks, and I went down the side of each card, around each card, and just made them gold because I wanted them gold edges. You can't really see it as much as you could before since I laminated it. But yeah, they have like gold edges. So that's my second, that's your second option, using like a card, a poster board or a card or something like that. A big card or a big poster board and cutting it down. With that, if you want to use a big poster board, you can always get some wrapping paper, like gift wrapping paper or contact paper, and cover one side completely, and then cut it down and make your cards like that, and then laminate. Because this side, I like this side because when I put my cards together in order, both sides make an image. Okay, so one side says, to you, mother, on Mother's Day, you know, and then the other side is my picture of the lady praying. My third deck is this deck, which is really important to me because, one second. Okay. This deck is really important to me because, first of all, I can't show you the tape roll that I use, but this is duct tape basically on the back. It's like the pretty duct tape that one of my ancestors gave me. Well, she's not an ancestor because she's not dead, but she's one of my spirit guides. I trust her. Her mom is one of my ancestors, my great aunt. Yeah, my great aunt. So I really love her and I cherish everything that she does for me and gives to me. So I'm at her house and I was waiting for my other cards to come in the mail, and I just felt creative. So she gave me a gift, and it was in this gift box. You know, the gift box that you usually have clothes in. So what I did is the white side of the box I took, and I you know, the part that doesn't have like Santa Claus or anything like that on it, the bottom part, I took the side, cut the sides off, made it like basically like just a little cardboard. One side is like cardboard looking, and one side is white. That's the side that I wrote on. Okay. The other side that was cardboard, I just took this whole sheet. It's like a it's kind of like a paper size, the regular size paper size, maybe like this size. And it's cardboard on one side and it's white on the other side after you take the sides of the box off. Okay. And I took the duct tape and I just covered the whole thing. And then I measured it and made sure that all my cards would be even. Cut the cards down. And then I went through and I wrote my quotes on there. Now the quotes that I used for this deck is from this book called Many Strong and Beautiful Voices by Quinn Eli. And it's quotations from from Africans throughout the diaspora. Okay. So it's like from a whole bunch of African American people, different quotes like from Madam C.J. Walker, Marvin Gaye even. So I use this deck a lot for like when people want financial readings and stuff like that. I call this like my entrepreneurial deck. And I just went through and wrote all my quotes on there. And I chose a few colors, and then I went and just went over the quotes with those colors. And then I chose a border and went and made my borders around each card. Some of them a little bit more fancy than others. Like this one I wrote in cursive. Let me see. And then this one I wrote a little bit bigger. It says I did what I had to do. And yeah, so some of them is like in cursive. Some of them got both cursive and print, you know, all different types of stuff. Some of them just long letters. And yeah, and then I just laminate on them with the same laminating machine. And that's about 4 ways that you can make your own oracle cards, and 3 different ways that you can use insight to make them if you don't know what to make them, write them about. Like every card that you make doesn't have to be related to tarot or anything like that. So yeah, I suggest you guys like, comment, subscribe. Please comment. And if you guys have any other ideas for how you make your own DIY oracle cards or tarot cards even, comment and let me know, because I'm definitely into making a new deck. Until then, peace and blessings.